Welcome to the Insperity Community Heroes broadcast. I'm your host, Corinne Price, and so excited to be with you here today. The Insperity Community Heroes program celebrates 4 Insperity nonprofit charitable organizations who are clients of ours who are doing exceptional work in their communities. These clients excel in the areas of missional impact, collaboration, and innovation. And we have with us here today representatives from the Baton Rouge Children's Advocacy Center. So glad to have you here with us today. Please go ahead and introduce yourselves to our guests.
Hi, my name is Tanya Haas, and I'm Executive Director of the Baton Rouge Children's Advocacy Center.
Maria Elena Allgood here, and I am the Clinical Director of the Baton Rouge Children's Advocacy Center.
Well, welcome, Tanya and Maria. So glad to have you here today with us, and we're so excited to hear more about your organization. Go ahead, Tanya, tell us a little bit about your organization.
Hi, the Baton Rouge Children's Advocacy Center, or BRCAC, we work with children when there's an allegation of physical abuse, sexual abuse, human trafficking, drug endangerment, or if the child is a witness or victim to a violent crime. Law enforcement and/or Department of Child and Family Services in Louisiana bring the child to the CAC, and we provide services to help them with the allegation.
Can you tell us about your service region?
We provide services to the children of East Baton Rouge, West Baton Rouge, Point Coupee, and Iberville parishes.
What other organizations do you partner with? Because it seems like there is a lot that goes into the services that you provide.
We work as a multidisciplinary team. We call it MDT. And part of that MDT team is prosecution, law enforcement, Department of Child and Family Services, our mental health staff, our medical staff, depending on which hospital the child may go to, and any other services that we feel are necessary at the time, depending on the case. So it may be the Domestic Violence Center or another organization. If it's a human trafficking case, we have agencies that work specifically directed towards care for human trafficking victims.
Wow. Now, how long have you been with Insperity?
We've been with Insperity since November of 2023.
For the Community Heroes program, it's the Insperity employees that nominate clients for this award. So in your case, I understand that it was one of our sales team members that nominated your organization, and then the district manager, Aaron Levens, was the one that broke the great news to you. So would you tell us about how you felt when you heard about the nomination and that you were one of the honorees for this year?
Since we started working with Insperity, it's just been incredible. We thought we were hiring y'all for services and HR and benefits, but what we really didn't understand was what great partners we were getting. Dylan, Callie, Aaron, Eric, everybody who's played a part in the nomination process. They didn't just do this application, they actually have done the work. They've helped us cut trees. They've helped us with Celebrity Waiter. They've helped us when we were getting allocations from another organization and we had to do some work. So they volunteered their time and talents to us. So it's a little bit more than just a contractual relationship between us and Insperity. I mean, we get that and it's great, but we got so much more than we ever could have hoped for with our partnership with Insperity.
How has Insperity impacted you the most since you've come on as a client?
I think the greatest, well, it's been a lot. The HR component, because before it was just me, and having Andrell and the partnerships with Rachel with payroll and benefits, just taking that off of myself and my finance director and having a partner to work those through with those issues, or not even have to worry about it, that it's handled by Insperity, is just tremendous because it allows me to continue to go out and spread the word about our mission and get the critical funds that we need to continue. So it really has been incredible to have this service as more of a partnership, because it has been incredible.
Oh, I'm glad you've had such a great experience, and that you know the names of those individuals that are providing those services and support to you, because that's really is what we're all about here, is, that human to human interaction. And I know those that are on the client service side just absolutely adore their clients. Maria, would you please share with us a story that really epitomizes the success of your organization and what you do to help turn lives around?
I'm incredibly honored to share one of many stories that exemplifies our mission and our work here at the Baton Rouge Children's Advocacy Center. One example is of a young girl who came to the Baton Rouge Children's Advocacy Center when she was preteen age, and she came to the Baton Rouge Children's Advocacy Center because of sexual abuse. She unfortunately had multiple incidents of sexual abuse, but each and every time we were there for her. Our forensic interviewers were able to provide those specialized services that would assist law enforcement and DCFS in their investigations and ensuring the child's safety. Our victim support advocates, rallied around this child and her family to provide them with the resources that they needed. And then, of course, our therapy program was there for her. We provided individual and group therapy for her, and we provided that therapeutic support to the caregivers as appropriate. This child was doing so well. Her father in particular was her champion. He was at each and every session. He attended his own group therapy sessions with us, and he would often refer to the Baton Rouge Children's Advocacy Center as a part of his village. Her father was a face that we all looked forward to seeing. He kind of became a leader here in a sense, and made it his business to welcome any new parents to the group, give them the rundown and make them feel welcomed and say, hey man, you're not alone. I remember whenever I was going through this with my kid. He was his child's champion, but he was also a warrior, an inspiration to a lot of our parents here too. Wow. So this child was continuing to progress, and she was getting ready to graduate from therapy. She had worked through her sexual trauma, and it was incredible. Then her healing and sense of safety came to a screeching halt when her father was senselessly murdered in a random armed robbery. And of course, the Baton Rouge Children's Advocacy Center was there for this girl once again. Again, we rallied around this child and her family, and we worked to address the traumatic grief that came from this act of violence. And the child, initially she began to regress. She was having trouble in school. She was in jeopardy of not graduating at all, which was another layer of heartbreak for her, because that's something she and her father talked about all the time.
Right.
But these behaviors are oftentimes cries for help or viewed as trauma symptoms. So we continued with the individual and group therapy, and her mother became an active part of her therapy as well. We even provided family sessions to her siblings in the aftermath of this crime. Before long, this child became somehow back on track through the trauma-focused, evidence-based therapies that we provided. She worked through not only her sexual trauma, but also her traumatic grief. And as she was graduating from the Baton Rouge Children's Advocacy Therapy Program, she also was graduating from high school and looking at colleges.
Wow.
Once in jeopardy of not graduating, being kicked out of schools, and then she was making impeccable grades and went on to a bright future.
Oh, that is such a wonderful story. Thank you so much for sharing that, Maria. And the work that you guys do is obviously invaluable. So thanks again for your service to this amazing population.
My name is Kaliko Harris. I'm the Director of Forensic Interviewing and Advocacy here at the Baton Rouge Children's Advocacy Center. My job as a forensic interviewer is to gather information for law enforcement and DCFS when there's allegations of child sexual abuse, severe physical abuse, or the child is a witness to a major crime or human trafficking case. Once the child is in that space and, you see them, talking about their experience, you can also see them, letting that weight kind of like lift off their shoulders. And once they tell their story, you can know that, that's when the healing begins. That's when they can go and they can start, the other piece of their life, and talk to our wonderful therapists, in the therapy program.
Tanya, why don't you tell our audience how they can support your organization?
There's many ways that you can help our organization. You can go to our website, which is www.batonrougecac.org. You can click the donate button, which is up at the top. If you want to contribute by purchasing items off our wish list, which is on there, or you can make a monthly donation of $25 or any amount that you like, or one-time donation. Or if you're in the Baton Rouge area and you want to volunteer, you can click on the volunteer button and help us out. We do background checks for volunteers, obviously for the safety of the children. But we have plenty of things to do, from clerical work to cutting the trees and the grass, which members of Insperity's team have already done, to helping us get ready for our fundraisers and plan future fundraisers. During April, which is Child Abuse Prevention Month, we sell pinwheels that we plant the yard. We sell the pinwheels in March, and then we plant the yard in April for the month of April. And you can either plant the yard here, or we can deliver a box of pinwheels that you could plant your own pinwheel garden. We also are looking forward to our first annual golf tournament in April of next year. We're super excited. This is going to be a new event for us. And so we're looking forward to getting sponsors and hopefully some people who really love to play golf and have fun for a purpose.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us today. To find out more about Insperity and our Insperity Community Heroes, please visit our website. Thank you and have a great day.